Welcome back.
What's up, guys?
And it is a glorious return here at TNC.
Yes. Ooh.
That's Tiny. I'm Chewy. That makes us TNC at the movies.
At the movies. Constantly making mistakes at 100 miles per hour.
Gotta do it.
That's how Moreno taught us.
That's right. And that's how Miss Frizzle also taught us on Saturday mornings.
That's right. Which is also getting a movie, and I actually can't wait to do a review on that.
You know what? I have to agree wholeheartedly. That is definitely something to look forward to.
Is it Elizabeth Banks playing? I think so. I think that's what I heard.
And are they gonna make a bunch of money off nostalgia? Yes.
Damn right.
Am I gonna walk right into that web? Yes, I am.
That $20 free stream, or not free stream, that $20 stream, ready.
Oh yeah, no, they're yeah. You're like, it's that meme with Fry when he goes, "Shut up and take my money."
Yeah, no, definitely. As a matter of fact, I think we should just let everybody know who's going to be watching the video.
Oh yeah.
Stay home.
100%.
Go home. Don't stay out after 10, guys. Curfew's in action again. But you know what's not in action? Republicans. I'm only saying that because the movie really has to do with that. It's Sacha Baron Cohen's way of telling us, go vote.
Go vote for sure.
Go vote. If you guys already did, cool, thanks. If not, again, vote next year again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So, honestly, didn't check, but let's do who directed, right?
Yeah. You know what? Before we get started with all that, let's just remind everyone, as we're getting back into the game, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you do all of those things.
Tell your friends.
To the next. Tell a friend.
Tell your senpai.
Yeah, no.
Tell your enemy.
Your sensei. Tell everyone.
Even your enemy will listen to you.
Yeah, make sure. Make sure everyone wants to be a movie night.
Sick.
Anyway, back to the regularly scheduled programming of
Borat.
The Borat subsequent film movie review here at TNC.
Mm-hmm.
And well, first off, I want to say that it really tickled my my fancy when I knew what the film was called, because I just, like Borat 2 would have been a little boring, but subsequent movie film, that was a little clever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's even longer than that, because like even the regular Borat film is like Borat movie for Kazakh something. It's like it's its own subtitle.
Okay, right there competing with was it Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood?
That's right. That was the longest movie title I've ever heard, up until like some other stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, there's been a few others, but those are like totally like on purpose. Yeah. Anyway,
people understand comedy. Heck yeah.
100%. All right, so Borat subsequent movie film, 2020.
2020.
Written by Sacha Baron Cohen. Plus, also there was a laundry list of writers that actually took part in this film. And we would like to name them all, but instead we're just gonna type them up there, and then we're gonna type them down there, and just know that right there in the middle is Sacha Baron Cohen.
Nice.
Movie directed by Jason Walliner. Of course, starring Sacha Baron Cohen as Barrett as Borat.
That's funny.
And Maria Bakalova starring as Tutar. And so basically Borat is back, except this time he's trying to bring honor to the nation of Kazakhstan.
Yes.
After the last film, he brought
dishonor.
Total dishonor. Lots of dishonor. So basically we have a road trip film where Borat is literally trying to find Vice President Mike Pence and offer his daughter as a gift.
Yes, that's true. That's true. There's other gifts. I think he misplaced or something like that, but he ends up daughter's best way.
Daughter ends up being the way.
The way. She is the way.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into a little bit later as far as that. But basically, because of the kind of film that this is, and I do mean it's one of those road trip type films, but also what? Well, you know what? What genre would you find it? Because it's more like I almost want to call it. It's like
definitely road trip ish.
Road trip. I mean, mixed with a mockumentary.
It's exactly what that is.
Right. I mean, it's. I mean, it's basically yeah. We've seen this type of film used a lot in the past. For example, was it Bad Grandpa?
Oh, that's right.
I can think of the most where it was basically
or original Borat.
Original Borat. And also let's not forget like all his other films. Also the maker of Bruno.
Dude, do not take your little sister to watch a movie called Bruno. That was my mistake. I learned. But Bruno is a great film. Don't get me wrong. Just don't take your siblings.
No. Well, it's not the young siblings.
Yeah.
It's not the young ones. Starting off with the direction of this film, because again, this movie was directed by Jason Walliner. I think that it's a little bit harder when half of your characters have lines and the other half don't know that they're in the film.
They're just supposed to react.
They're just supposed to react. So it's one of those where I think it's a little bit harder to make, but there's a part that's really artistic.
Oh heck yeah! It's total guerrilla style filming, dude. Like I'm sure he has permits, but I'm sure there were some things he didn't have permits for. You know what I mean? But we'll get to that when we watch the special features.
Yeah, there was a lot of things where you just sort of you go and you do it, and then after is when you go and find out if it was okay to do it after all.
Yeah, yeah. Like, am I gonna get sued? No, you are, but you still get to release the film.
Yeah, yeah. No, there was a guarantee there was a lot of lawyers involved in this film.
Heck yeah, dude! As many as they had writers, for sure. What was it, like a dozen writers?
At least
one for each writer.
At least. I mean, there was got to be lots of cross references, and who gets all the references?
The lawyers have to. So they're the smartest guys in the room.
Dude, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, man. So lawyer up.
I would have to say it's very, very much a niche film, if you will, for that reason. But I will say that overall, I would say that I'm more impressed with someone directing this type of film as someone directing like something is shot for shot where they have full control. I think in this type of film where you have sort of less control and it's more of a setup, you're like setting up the scene and then you're kind of sitting there hoping that's going to go one way, but no matter what, you kind of have to work with what you end up getting.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would say there's definitely you just got to imagine there was a lot of film to go through.
I hope they did some digital, man. I really do. Overall, I think the direction was great. Good movie. If Sasha didn't do everything on his own and he got direction from the director like that, then yeah, he's good, man. Good in my book.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree that the direction of this film was done very well. I think that they did a good job telling a story.
Yeah, dude.
Like because at the end of the day, we did get a story. Like there was
a genuine story to this.
There was definitely a plot. Like there was, it seemed like they did all of the things that you do for, to write a proper film. All of that was done to make this film. So I mean, you have, your characters and you definitely get a character arc, which was probably the thing that not that I didn't expect it, but like I didn't expect to have this, would I say this serious of a message at the end of the film. And we'll get into that in the spoiler section. But for right now, it's just you end up finding out that there's You know what? Hold on. I will. This saying rings true 100%. Like when they say that still waters run deep, where this film, while at face value seems to be very very shallow, it does end up having a really good message at the end.
Very, yeah.
Which you definitely have to appreciate, because it's always like everything, all the raunchiness, all the stuff that all the was it the
Lowbrow humor.
the lowbrow humor. Um, it's all for something. It all it ends up you you're like none of it is for naught. So
right, and you know what? I'm making two connections right now, and I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say her becoming a woman and then her going to that woman's rally like that. That's an arc for me. And then also Borat, in my eyes, he completely changed as a character. Not like you won't like him or find him entertaining. I mean, like as a mentality, he's a better person. He's a better Borat.
Yeah,
At
like
the end of the film.
he evolved,
exactly, evolution.
Like it's
Borat dose.
definitely like him. And I thought that what I think is that they definitely had a lot of footage that they probably had to work with. I think that they definitely used just enough. I think the movie is definitely not too long.
No, not at all.
I think it's just long enough, and it moves quite fluidly. Because it didn't seem like it had a lot of, for example,
downtime.
I wouldn't guess that there was many deleted or edited out scenes. If that makes any sense, because everything seemed to flow. Because I don't know if occasionally you'll see in movies where it'll be somewhat obvious that certain scenes were deleted, because sometimes you get like little whole plots or little like tiny cliffhangers where
or entire fight scenes missing. You're just
we're just like, well, what just happened?
I'll just let him get away with the mother box.
Yeah, I definitely think that the entire thing was done fluidly, where everything just sort of flowed.
It was a tight ship, yo, and they have to when making a film like this, So, I mean, I'm not saying it's it's independent because it's his financing, but it's not independent to the point where he can't afford his film. He can't afford his camera and his crew. And I think they did great overall.
Yeah.
You know what though? I didn't expect this movie to do. Not only did it make me think, which of course you would think a movie would make you, it's supposed to, it's hard, but it made me cry. It made me cry. Yeah. It was a specific scene when he was speaking to Tutar.
Yes.
Right, Tutar. He was having a heartfelt conversation with her, and she was all at the end of it. She was joyous, and he was very like, oh, haha, awkward hug time, and bro, I shed a tear. Did not expect this movie to make me feel, and that's good for a movie to do that. Like that speaks volumes, I think.
No, agreed. One of the things about this type of film, and I know we keep using that term, but this type of film, but it's probably a term that we're going to continue to use, especially because you kind of have to use that intro when you compare it to other movies. For example, the cinematography on this movie, I find it that it was good. However, not negatively. I want to say that it was good by default, because it was basically everything was shot on location at the location. So while I'm assuming that there was a lot of closed streets and whatnot, I mean they used all the locations were the actual locations. So by default, I can't imagine finding a better scene than the actual live scenes that they actually did. If
like
that makes
the
any sense.
political ones, like the one like in the middle where he goes and he tries to meet up with people.
Yeah, like just in all those places, like like that was just basically great, because it just feels like they either had someone out there with a small camera just literally following them, and they just sort of blended into the crowd.
A lot of these scenes ended up being in the news because Sasha got either arrested or in trouble for it.
Yeah, because he was just literally just wandering around. So
that's how you do it, man. That's that guerrilla style.
And then in some of the scenes, you can definitely tell that literally it was a hidden camera that somebody just had like a camera. It was either,
Yeah.
like they went to the spy store and then they literally had like a camera like in their glasses or like in their tie, or like it was one of those things like, well, this camera's way off, and so guaranteed.
Yeah, budget must have been going down. You know what I did like about it though?
Yeah.
Not like we're gonna be negative about it, but it wasn't like beat for beat the same exact movie as first Borat. I enjoyed that. It wasn't, because sometimes you watch a sequel and it's like the same thing just rearranged.
Where they take the same exact formula, but maybe just add a few different variables, but it's the exact same formula where you realize like, well, they did the exact same thing. They just sort of moved location, added one character, and
added the bad guy to the good guys.
Yeah,
classic stuff. That's that Beast Wars for you. But did you find anything you didn't like about the movie?
No, the only thing is just the fact that it was just it was like really raunchy, but again, it wasn't necessarily a negative thing, because that's the kind of thing that you have to know that you walked into.
You're getting into with Sasha.
He's
been like that.
Yeah. And it's, what I was thinking about a term earlier today when I was going through the show notes, and I was thinking like you ever heard like you can't put flowers on top of poop to make it nice?
Yeah.
I actually think flowers. Yeah, but I think that this movie is sort of an inverse of that, where you have a lot of poop on top of a bouquet of flowers.
Yeah.
That in the sense that there's a lot of raunchiness, there's a lot of raunchy humor, there's a lot of intense, awkward, like not completely opposite of tasteful nudity.
Bro, awkward is the exact word to use on a few of these scenes, man.
And you have all of these things that sort of stand out. Some negative, some positive, but they're very polarizing ideas and scenes, all of those things. But we're at the very bottom of all that, poo, if you will. Like I said, there was a good message, there was a good story, and you find out that like this entire thing is just basically strengthening the bond of a father and daughter.
Yeah.
What ultimately this movie is really about. Another comparison, because we're just going to compare, that's what we do here, a lot of comparing.
That's what we can do.
I also thought it was very Jay and Silent Bob sequel-esque, where again you have somewhat of a road trip, you have the mother-daughter, and they both go out to do to combine forces to do one thing.
Yeah, and that's to get their friend to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chronic Con.
Yeah. I thought of it was very like you always got to put raunchy this. It's a raunchy version of this. I thought it was also a very raunchy version of Rain Man. Because man, she's extremely talented.
Yeah.
And he's using her for to get ahead in the scenario and in life, and then at the end it turns out that it's just about family.
That's right, dude. They went full Deadpool 2 on us.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a lot of positive things that lie very deep, very deep underneath all the raunchiness.
They definitely built a strong foundation before they added the raunch and the poop and the bouquet.
Yeah, so I mean that's why that's sort of how I like to describe this film. Not flowers on top of poo, but a lot of poo on top of a bed of flowers.
There it is.
Is how I like to describe this movie.
And I hope that doesn't discourage anyone from watching Borat first and or second. You should really check the first one out if you haven't watched that. Should also do it before you watch the second one, if you don't want any kind of continuity error in your brain or questions. But other than that, I mean, soundtrack. You know what I noticed? I didn't notice much of a soundtrack.
Yeah.
I mean, sure there was noise and there was music, but there was only one scene that caught my attention. It was Borat and Tutar, and they were like they held hands and they started skipping inside of a amusement park or a fair, counting something like that. And it brought me genuine joy, dude. Like I smiled hard, giggled. I'm like, what the hell? Cool. It was really cool. Again, this movie is very surprising. You can make you cry, it can make you be happy. Not only did I laughed out loud a lot too. So
One thing I do want to like sort of bring up is just sort of like the costume design in this thing, because it was one of those movies where you had your main actor play, well, you know what, it's not like he played multiple characters, but dressed up and played a character that played multiple characters.
he was a human version of Inception. He was Borat within a character. He was Sacha Baron Cohen inside of Borat inside of a character. Crazy.
Yeah, which
He did good though. He did good. Uh, Honest to goodness though, I didn't. Oh, I didn't see how no one could see through it. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
guess that's just. I guess that's just me because I knew. But I'm like, how do you not see Sasha behind that? And then poor guy, he was walking down the streets, and he's like, Borat, and they start kind of running after him. Like, poor guy,
yeah,
dude, can't go anywhere.
yeah. I will say, like, well, that's all. That's all one of the reasons why I think that there was a lot of like raw footage to go through.
Yeah,
Because you got to figure that some people definitely knew, or or like the bit was probably going somewhat well, and then you got some guy across the street that started going, "Hey, hey, Borat!"
yeah. I'll tell you what, Borat is as recognizable to me, in my as like Frankenberry, Santa Claus, and the
Oh, yeah.
Easter Bunny. Just who that is. Chewy, I'd like to think you already know what you're into, right? I mean, music
Yeah.
wise, food, movies, women, friends. You already know, right?
Oh,
So it's
100%.
100%. So I think people should be ready for Borat's subsequent film.
Agreed.
There,
100%
there, there's,
agreed.
there's no way you're not ready. There's no way you're gonna watch the film and be upset if you didn't want to have fun. I guess you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think this movie is for everyone who initially watched it and grew up, and the Gen Z kids and everyone else.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't think anyone with a strong political background would appreciate this film.
Yeah. Yeah, because it sort of just kind of poo-poos all over that.
Yes, it does. It goes, I'm not done here. Goes full Bob Saget. There's human on the walls.
I definitely agree with that. I think this movie is definitely something that you have to know that you're walking into. I know there exists a moviegoer who likes to not know what the movie is about before they walk in. There are people out there who literally close their eyes and choose a movie and just walk in, which is fine. I
Not sure I could do that.
100% agree that that's definitely a good way to go about it. You should definitely do that. But if you do that, and without lack of better words, if you're uptight,
Yeah.
sorry, you're not gonna enjoy this movie. I'm just gonna spoiler.
Yeah.
If you're uptight and you know you're uptight, or you're not sure if you're uptight,
Yeah.
this movie's not for you.
Stay home. Chillax. I mean, of course.
But if you know that you're gonna be watching some borderline and sometimes actually offensive stuff, if you're going to also realize that all of that is done not in a malicious manner, but sort of the man is a comedian. He's trying to deliver a punchline.
Yes.
Is it offensive? Yes.
It
But
can
it
be.
is also in a vacuum the entire thing is in a vacuum.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you understand that the entire thing is in a vacuum, I think this movie would 100% I recommend, because you will enjoy this. You will definitely enjoy the movie. If you saw
Mm-hmm.
the first one and thought that it was funny, I saw the first one. I saw the first one. I thought it was hilarious. I saw Bruno without my little sister, and therefore
That's
definitely
funny.
enjoyed
Enjoyed the movie
the
more.
movie. Enjoyed the movie more instead of
Yeah.
that whole like, huh,
Having to explain everything.
yeah,
Hey, what's the? Oh God.
or
Yeah.
even worse, not needing to explain anything.
Then that's when you know you've either
That's
succeeded completely
and
or
that's when
failed
you
as your
know.
brother.
So basically, it's definitely not for everyone,
Mm-hmm.
but for those that the movie is for, which is still plenty. And there's plenty of people who you don't think will like this, and I promise you they're gonna love this.
May I also
You
add,
will have a good time. It's an
yes,
hour and
definitely.
35 minutes, and it's gonna be great.
And if you don't already own Amazon Prime or have a membership with them, go ahead and do yourself a favor. Either get the cheapest one or the most expensive, however you want. Uh, Pay for it and watch this film. This movie, I definitely recommend, Chewy. I definitely recommend to any comic heads out there, anyone who's into comedy, anyone who can laugh, has the ability to laugh, watch this film. But the message was to vote.
That's right.
There's a lot more though, but that's like the main one. The one he just after all the good laughs, he wanted to make sure you guys remember that.
Yeah, make sure you do that for sure.
Participate. Chewy, I think it's about time, almost time, for what we're going to give this movie, grade wise.
Right.
But did you have a favorite scene?
Oh yeah, because this is definitely the part where we get into a little bit of spoilers. So I'm gonna mention that right now. If we end up saying too much, that's your own fault. I just mentioned it.
And we'll mention again.
I just mentioned it.
Spoilers.
I just mentioned it. I do have a favorite scene, and I can't even preface the scene because I can't even explain it to you, Tiny. I'll be completely honest with you. It was just the funniest scene to me. And this might be one of those things where this happens to a lot of people who watch this film. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have a favorite scene, but trying to explain why would probably only make you look bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm gonna go with a nice and simple one.
yeah. So I'll definitely say my favorite scene by far, no hesitation, is the vitality dance.
Oh my
The
bro.
fertility dance.
Dude,
The
I'm
fertility
telling
dance.
you, that's the movie. I mean, that's the scene that made me feel awkward for who anyone else was feeling awkward. You know what I mean? Like I was feeling it,
Yes.
bro. I'm like, oh,
I think that
huh.
that
Whoever else
scene
saw this scene,
was so real and so raw.
very,
And
very real, very
I
raw.
I'll tell you, internally I was laughing, and well, I'll just tell you, because it's the spoiler section thing. It was basically when they were was it the
Father daughter
that young
dance.
woman's group?
Oh, that's right. We're her awakening.
Yeah, and she had to. I think that to do with some kind of presentation, and her menstruation begins. And they do a dance which showcases such an event in a young woman's life. All I can say is you guys got to watch it, but it is hilarious.
It's a really good
and I will say
scene.
there was a lot of there's a lot of small little details here and there, because it was actually a good dance. And then it looked like it was a little awkward when she was doing the dance, and it was slowly revealing, and then you got like little glimpses. So you're like, oh my god, I know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then when it happens, you just
dude, I was watching it by myself. So of course, like, you react, but no one's there to react with you. So it's kind of like, Okay, I saw it myself.
No,
But you know.
yeah, no, 100%, 100%. I was also watching it alone, and the moments that happened, I did step back and I looked to one
Yeah, make
side,
sure
and then I
no
looked
one's next to you.
to the other, and then I was like, at this point, I'm not even sure if I'm checking if someone else saw it or if I'm making sure that nobody saw me
Watch it, yeah.
watching this.
That's funny.
And because that movie definitely had the most, not impact, but it must have like the biggest reaction. For that reason, 100%, that's definitely my favorite scene.
F&A. Mine though is when he gets when he meets his what would you call them? Uh, his right friends, the two Americans. He meets like at he meets one at the grocery store or something. He's like, "Hey, can I come stay with you?" And he's like, he didn't even say anything. Just quickly, next scene they're at his house, dude. And that really had me going. Something
Oh, you know
simple
what?
like that. What's that?
That was Jim Russell and Jerry Holman. Holman.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go with Holman. Jerry Holman and Jerry and Jim.
Where are they from?
I forget. They're just some Southern Trump supporters. I don't forget what
Are they
state they're
genuine
from,
Trump
but
supporters or are they
yes,
actors?
no, genuine, genuine. And I know this because while doing some research, I found out that Sacha Baron Cohen, or as I like to call him, SBC, he actually, and this is actually, truth be told, this is actually how you know that there's a lot of film on this.
Oh,
Or there's a lot of material, a lot of
his
SD
dark
cards.
materials.
From what I understand, he
Shoebox.
actually spent 5 entire days without breaking character, just talking to these guys, and just I'm assuming the camera crew had to have been there, but like, for understand, he spent 5 days with these guys at their house, being Borat the entire time.
Bro,
Like,
give
this is some like
that
WWE Undertaker
man
never breaking K face.
an
Like,
Oscar. Oh, dude, heck yeah, he'll never do that. I mean, he does it now, Kobe. But yeah, that's 5 whole days, dude.
yeah,
I can't even stay in character for work for more than an hour. It stresses me out.
yeah.
Oh, hi, hey, how you doing? What can I do for you? Nope, that's not how I regularly talk. I don't want to talk to you
I when I was trying to think of one of my favorite character in this film,
like
I kept thinking, am I choosing a fictitious character, or am I allowed to choose
One of
someone
the
who's a real person that was in this film?
do I have a favorite character? I'm actually gonna go with Tutar. Yeah, Borat's daughter. I think she was really cool. She grew. She went from feral child no one cared about in a what was she, a barn,
Yeah,
to basically Borat's right hand person.
yeah. She became a journalist, and you know.
Yeah, that's right. Huh, yeah, that's right. She did. Yeah,
But if I
let's
had to
not.
choose a favorite character in this film, Tiny,
Mm-hmm.
100%,
Yeah.
100%,
Talk to me.
Tom Hanks.
Yes,
What can I
dude.
say?
That's hecka
He
funny.
was,
I'm glad I didn't make a joke about Tom Hanks earlier,
he was
and I'm glad
definitely
you waited to now.
he was 100%. I just thought like my favorite person in this entire movie was Tom Hanks.
FNA.
He's a Barry guy. Love Tom Hanks. If you don't love Tom Hanks,
You don't love
mean
anything.
words your way are
Yeah,
coming from
dude.
me. Just
And
words
watch
though.
some movies, by the way.
Yeah, no, yeah. Tom Hanks, great stuff. He's
The
definitely
birds.
in a weird way the highlight of this entire film.
Yeah, dude. He was. You know what? His cameo was so that of a Matt Damon or a Brad Pitt. It was good. It was nice. He didn't even have a line. He just had a mug.
Yeah.
He didn't even get a line. That's good. That's how you know you're a good actor, dude. You don't
That's
have
how
to
you
say
know.
shit.
But if I had to pick a character with lines, I think definitely you know what? I mean, this might just be too I don't know, was it cliche or not cliche, but I'm picking the main character. I love the Borat character.
Of course.
I love
And
the
he grew
Borat
up with
character
us.
because I love the Borat character because Borat is not as shallow
Mm-hmm.
as actually perceived. And
He's
if
not
he
completely
was,
trash.
he definitely wasn't at the end of this film. I
That's the
thought he definitely became my favorite character the moment he completed his character arc.
Yeah, dude, he grew.
For sure. 100%. That's why even if you're a little uptight, you got to give this movie at least a chance to say, "Hey, I kind of get what they were trying to say."
Yeah,
Cuz I got a lot of good things to say. That I will definitely
that's right.
always
Yeah,
agree to.
he also has a lot of movies you guys can also keep watching.
Oh yeah.
One of them was what the Dictator. That's the other one.
That's
That's a
right, The
good one.
Dictator.
The Dictator. Check that one out, you guys. If you want a good laugh.
Final grades for this film after watching it 2 times and just definitely heavily debating by that. I give this movie a solid B, but I will explain why. I think that this movie in a vacuum is 100% an A because it definitely hits the mark on a lot of stuff. Especially like if things that you look for in a movie, you're gonna feel. It has a plot, it has character development. You care about the characters, and and you're always interested in what's gonna happen next.
Their motivation, yeah.
So this movie, doesn't have any downtime in the sense that something's always happening, and unfortunately, because it's such a niche movie, and I don't want to say unfortunately because it's also very much its strength, but because it's very much a niche film, that this movie is 100% for Sasha fans and 100% for fans of this type of comedy. Because
Someone put it.
people in the middle that didn't know that they were gonna like this movie before are gonna be too few and far between, because I think you're gonna have to go to this movie thinking that you're probably gonna like it, because if you sabotage yourself and saying this movie is gonna be way too offensive, then you're gonna look for all the offensive things that happen, and you're gonna hang on all of those things.
Yeah.
So
you should really just go in or sit down at your couch or your tablet and just enjoy a good comedy.
Maybe yeah, like
buddy
almost
comedy.
I'm almost even glad that this wasn't in theaters, because I think more people will enjoy it at home than in theaters.
Oh heck yeah! You'd probably have people self-conscious on what to laugh at.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
and
it's like, ooh, you can't laugh at shit like that, dude. Oh no, that was on my couch, the safety of my couch, laughing.
The safety of the couch,
laughing.
The safety of the couch, and hopefully Alexa didn't pick it up.
Eesh.
Over there snitching.
She's sending it over right now.
Right now.
Oh, Chewy. Next time you decide to stop by for any magic cards, I have some popcorn I bought, and you can enjoy some popcorn next time you watch a movie.
Nice.
Love it. You can actually say the line. Grab your popcorn and drink of choice. This was TNC at the movies.
Ooh. All right, what are you grading this movie, Tiny?
I am grading this movie, Chewy, in all seriousness, after hearing your opinion about it, and maybe I took a little of the nostalgia off. I'm gonna give this movie an A. I'm gonna give this movie an A for it was better than average because it made me cry. It made me have a genuine laugh and smile. Not just there's a joke, you're supposed to laugh. It's like, caught me off guard. I like that. And when a movie does that, to me, it's always good. Now, if a movie catches you off guard because it's like crappy, then you did a bad job of reviewing a movie before you watched it. Or at least reading the comments. And what's the next film we're gonna review for everyone, Chewy?
Ooh. Boom. Black Christmas.
There it is, people. Black Christmas. Brand new. No, they didn't send it to us. I had to buy it at Walmart. We're not there yet, but one day we will be. That's coming to a YouTube account near you.
That's right. Look for it probably next week.
Heck yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We cut it down a bit so you guys can actually enjoy life.
That's right.
Don't forget, we do this for you guys. We like
That's right.
to have fun.
All of you movie nights.
All of you. Be safe, be easy, and remember, Wakanda forever.
Also, we're working on an intro song. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
Oh, heck yeah.